Good. Yeah, I think yeah, it's good. It's great. Yeah. So today, today's task basically is a little bit of a bonus stream. I've just got back in from a photography gig, and as some of you might know, some of you might not know that my day job. Photographer. And unfortunately, as COVID has been and lockdown, I've not actually had much of a you know much of a ability to actually work. So yeah, it's just been one of those. So it's like I've got one or two gigs that are still happening regularly, and unfortunately, because of everything, the limitations, what you can do, there's no events, there's not much in the way of culture, um, other than a few personal sort of photo shoots of myself and my partners. Some gigs are starting to come back in, which is good, which means actually you're actually getting somewhere. Um, but the hope is that come back basically because like everybody wants to go back to a bit of normalcy and be a bit more happier. That's what we can hope for. But yeah, so I've got some tunes on in the background, so hopefully they're coming out. There's just some lo-fi, it's like nice and chill and soft, nothing serious. So if anything goes a bit crazy, do let me know in the chat. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on the monitoring, the visual monitoring that is, because apparently with the setup that I've got, I can't get the audio out. So yeah, the tracks are a collection. If you guys are interested, they're from Harris Heller. This is the guy that does the Alpha Gaming channel. This is all Stream Beats. This is one of these soundtracks called Lo-Fi. The whole concept is it's for people that can listen to music or have music in the background of their streams without getting hit with copyright notice. So all of the music here is copyright free, used as is. But obviously, I was just giving a kickback back to Harris. He's actually giving away for free because obviously, as a streamer himself, he doesn't want to deal with it. So it's just a really nice thing. So definitely check out the Alpha Gaming channel. I don't think he needs any extra help, but of course, when someone actually does a good deed, I do believe no good deed should go unpunished. So yeah, definitely give him a follow or a like or check out his content, especially if you want to grow as a Twitch streamer. And not just as that, but also he does some gear reviews and some other things like that. So, yeah, it's just nice stuff, and buy a good egg. So I'd say, yeah, definitely check him out, and let him know Skin sent you. I doubt that's really going to make much of a difference. So, but hey, so yeah, we should probably do some things. So currently, as things stand, I've just got back in, and this is the inaugural editing one. So today, I won't be gaming. I will be doing my normal job, which, as fun as it is, as great as it is, it actually does take time. Lots of people will see what a photographer does. They'll see them running around the place, or sitting, depending on the what that particular photographer is like. But they see them pressing buttons, maybe go up to a light or flash, maybe change the lens even. But there's a lot behind the scenes. People don't see, people don't get to see. They don't have that option. Yeah, they don't actually get to have that option very much to see what's behind the scenes and actually what goes into what. And it's years of preparation, years of training, and working things out. Understanding how light works, how people work. There's a lot of psychology and sociology that actually does go into photography. I think it was Peter Hurley who said that he's 10% photographer, 90% psychologist. And this guy was one of the biggest headshot photographers in New York. And yeah, the idea is just to put people at ease, to make them relax. And when you've got this gigantic, big black cock of death winking into your face, the natural reaction is to just freeze up and to go, okay, here's my money, take my money. Well, yeah, I wish that was the case, then I wouldn't be struggling as much as I do sometimes. But yeah, so there's a lot of it is about relaxing, chilling them out, making them feel good, which is just a tiny little fraction of what a photographer has to do. So we just have to keep trying, basically see what happens. And then I've been doing this for what, about 12 years, I want to say. Professionally for about 10-ish, maybe a little bit less. I've had a massive passion for it since pretty much since about 2005. I think I started, and yeah, it's been a heck of a trip, man. It's been one crazy whirlwind. I it's something I enjoy. It's something I want to do. It's like slightly techy. So the geek side of me is satisfied, but it's also something creative, and I am a very very creative person. I suck at getting images from my head down to a piece of paper, and because I couldn't draw to save my life, uh, photography did seem to be like the next way of doing things. And yeah, then one thing led to another. A friend of mine asked me if I could do a portrait shoot for her. And up until this point, I'd mostly been doing like club photography, which years later I would find out that that's actually one of the hardest ones to do, like to dealing with crazy lighting and flashes and all those extra things. I'd actually unintentionally, through my love of performing and clubbing and raving, thrown myself right into the deep end. To actually to create images in these crazy hectic environments, which is not easy. Um, it gave me a bit of an edge, I must say, because I had to use strobes, I had to use flashes, and yeah, I loved flashes. And let me get these. It's a shame I can't get the audio out as well. That would actually be really nice. But yeah, no, because I had to use flashes, I got good at it, and I had to get good at it, and I kept pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing myself until the day came when I could utilize using several flashes. Like on today's shoot itself, pretty low key one I've done for several years now, and I still turn up with 8 flashes in my bag. It's an idea of painting with light, and it's where you can be creative. It's one of the reasons why I've got the nice colored setups behind me, is my ability to play with lights and gels and colors that have kind of let me be able to do all this fun stuff. So yeah, so I can see I got 2 people in the chat. If anyone wants to throw them up, hello, let me know who's in there. Just to make sure that it's not some crazy bot, because it'd be nice to have a couple of people on this journey with me. So I don't know who's out there. It could, as I said, it could just be those crazy little bots again, but it could also be actual humans. So hopefully that will be something to come out soon. So, anyways, I'm currently backing up the images from tonight. I'm hitting. Currently, I'm at 469 images. So, yeah, there's different ways of most photographers will work. Some do a thing called spraying and praying, and these are people that basically just point, shoot the clicky button, and hope for the best, basically, without much in the way of skill. And these people will take thousands of images for each night. Then you've got others who will come away from, let's say, like a 4-hour event in this case, and literally have maybe 100 images. I've done that myself, being really selective, really proper, reviewing the images, deleting the ones that aren't very good, and yeah, basically going along that line. I tend to sort of hang a bit in the middle. Like I will look for images, and I would try to limit myself, but then I'll generally do the old zombie thing with a double tap, because you never know when someone blinks or when someone sticks their tongue out. As we were at the radio show today, there's a lot of people who, especially singers, they can pull some amazing facials. Like I'm sure everyone has seen the famous Beyonce image with her just looking terrible, but it's just basically like, and it was just a case of that one time, that one frame where Beyonce, who's a very very beautiful woman, looked absolutely hideous. This is the reason why you should never give away all of your raws. Never do that. So yeah, I often would use a double tap or a triple tap technique to see what's going on, and to make sure that I covered myself getting the shot. So sometimes you just have to do extra, try extra hard. So yeah, I just saw that number creep up to the number 3. So yeah, if that's a new person, throw up a message. We're still going to be getting everything in. before we start this, but the backup has actually finished. So the backup's actually on my MacBook, which is on that screen, which is normally my gaming screen. This is the one I normally do my gaming on. But the PC that I borrowed doesn't have an SD card reader. So these little guys here, or from what I could find. So in a long story short, I basically use my Mac to back up the images, and then I'm gonna exit that. I'm gonna eject the hard drive, and then I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna put it into this computer, which means I'll be able to share its screen and take it through it. So, yeah, I'm gonna quickly do that. Hey, Sage, nice to see you. Oh, I said Sage, and it came up, and it triggered my Siri. So yeah, nicely done there. Oh, thank you so much. I finally made it. Affiliate was it came a little bit sooner than I thought, but super happy it did. So I'm now an affiliate. I can do subscribing. I can actually start to make some, income from this. But it's not just that. It's just the fact that I've actually managed to put enough effort, and people like yourself have come in, and I've obviously entertained enough to warrant you guys coming back. So I really do appreciate that. So thank you so much. Now today is going to be an editing session, so it's going to just be my photography, and yeah, it's not going to be Monkey Island, sadly, or something fun. But maybe you could check it out another day, because I know it's late, and it is a Saturday night, and hopefully you're out, or you're going to be heading to bed, getting a nice early night sleep. Sadly, my sleeping schedule has been a bit crazy. So yeah, now thank you so much again for the affiliate. I won't keep you up, but I really do appreciate it. So thank you, Sage. Do love you, and yeah, if you end up not being able to sleep, you can always pop on. I'll probably be here for the next couple of hours. So yeah, cheers for that. Right, anyways, I'm gonna dive underneath to plug this hard drive into the PC. So let's have a look. Ah. Oh, thank you very much. I will do my best. Right, so let's close. Hang on, no, we don't want that. Actually, now this is going to be the fun bit, because obviously I'm jumping between. Hey, you notice? No, totally. There's no way. Of all the support you've given me, I couldn't give you that badge. So I'm going to work on the emotes and stuff. So that's all going to come out soon. But it had to be done. You earned it. Like, just being around, being so supportive and helping out with all the audio and stuff. Hopefully the picture's looking great today, because I've actually got I've now got one of my cameras working fully, because EOS webcam sort their lives out. But yeah, no, totally deserved. So you've earned it. Anchor. Right. So where am I going? I'm going to go to mobile catalogs. I'm going to go to. Yeah, thank you. No, I've as I said, I've put another camera in, so that should look much better. Relaunch. Quit the dialog box. Yeah. No, it should look a lot better. I've got, ironically, a very expensive lens in front of a not so expensive camera, but it's a mirrorless, so it's only the cute little M5. So M50 even, with a 1635 2.8 wide angle professional lens that is on its way out. So the fact is, it can actually track me with the eyes now. It's like, but it should look prettier. That's my hope, anyways. Right. So let's have a look. Is that going to come out? I'm not sure. Yep. Updating Adobe stock. So once this is all up and running, yeah, it looks like it's going to go. So I'm going to transfer through and get us over to the other camera. So, okay, so guys, this is Lightroom. At least now you can see it and get an idea of what I'm talking about. I'm going to make that preview window a bit bigger. I can't make it through that. That's quite irritating. So, let's see what's happening here. Hang on. That is a bit odd. For some reason, images are not popping up on the program. That's very odd. So we'll have to find out if this is actually going to be working or not. That's an interesting one, actually. So it appears that when I go into the development module, it disappears. Ooh, so we may not be able to do a full-blown edit as well tonight. We might be limited to just doing the culling, which would kind of suck. So we'll have to wait and see if this preview window to catch up. I probably should just set up my phone. That probably would be the best. At least if the phone is set up, then we can actually see what's going on. I'm quite surprised that is not put up already, unless it's cracked. Which kind of sucks if we're doing this early on. A little after, Oh, I don't want to update. These things are always so much fun, aren't they? Filling out these all new experiences. So let's go to the live. And up here, you can now subscribe to streamers using Facebook. I know, thank you. I've done it. Right, so it would appear. Let's go back to there. Now I need to actually double check and make sure that this is actually going. Bring on the back a little bit. Make sure it's working. That was an odd one, wasn't it? So, anyway, so these are all of the images we're going to be going through today, just to make sure that we actually get them all. That stopped picking up the music. I do wonder. Ooh, I think it may have actually. I actually think it may have stopped playing the track we're listening to. So the video pause for some reason. Okay, so it is going to work. It's just there's a bit of a lag, I'm assuming. So from my little preview window. So anyways, let's come off that. Let's go full screen on the down a bit. Obviously that's a bit loud. So the idea of this is we're going to be going through the images and we're going to be seeing how we go through them and make sure that everything is actually looking good. So we can see this is the main studio space at Deja Vu FM. Deja Vu FM, for people that do not know, is one of the longest running originally underground radio stations in London. So many of the big hip hop and R&B stars that had their start in these places. I think like Dizzy Rascal was one of the big guys. A lot of the So Solid crew, I believe, started there as well. They've got like the records on the wall and stuff. And Deluxe, which is the gentleman here, is the guy that runs it. He's been there this whole time. This is one of the more young talents. This is our resident DJ for the show. So this is ZJ Sneaks. So that's Z as in an American version of saying Z. He's not American. He does spend a lot of time there, but I guess the idea being is on Instagram and Twitter and whatever, you're always going to have DJ Flip, DJ Decisive, DJ EZ, and in his case, you can just put in ZJ. It kind of rhymes in America. And then the second you put ZJ in, he instantly pops up on Instagram. So definitely check him out. So one of the look tips that I can give you inside of Lightroom is a rating system. So if you have a look down at the bottom here, you have a selection of options. But basically you can do your pick down here, or you can do a reject, and then it basically the keyboard shortcuts for these things are P for pick, obviously, and X for reject. So you can basically just press the P, it will be picked, or you press an X in case you want to get rid of it. So this is one of the quickest ways of doing a cull using Lightroom. But what a little tip that the little tip that I'm personally giving you is if you put on caps lock, as in the lock that actually makes the capitals happen, and then you press the P, it skips to the next image. So that way you can literally sit there with one finger on X, one finger on P, and then you can siphon through your culling a lot quicker. So this has skipped us forward one, and this has brought us to an amazing picture of Lucan. Lucan Online, another great DJ. He residence at I believe it's On Top Radio. He was at Deja Vu. He's also covered a couple of our shows in Croydon from the music, because it's the company that do the work for. So that's music. I am their official Snap Ninja. And you thought I was joking, right? Because now I have the option of actually using a zoom lens, which is a lot of fun, actually. So yeah, so as long as we've got caps locked down, we will skip forward. So, that's you've got to take that image in. That image was just fun. Like it was very, very enjoyable just to see Lucan popping himself out of that. So we have during the show we have two guests, young, upcoming, generally unsigned artists who, who want to get a name out there. They want to promote the latest and greatest. They want to be seen, and this is a platform that music do, where they give them a platform to actually get out there, to get their name out there, to get their music played on radio, which is difficult in this day and age. Everyone is self-publicized, everyone is pushing their own stuff, but this is something that sort of sets it apart. This is like an entrance gap between so if it's good music, it will get shown. In my time with the music family, I've actually gotten to see and to shoot and to get to know some amazingly talented, beautiful artists, like singers, producers, musicians, all of these people with so much skill that these shows are dripping with so much that when I used to watch TV and see like X Factor or whatnot, it used to just be like, why are these people being promoted when these people are not? These people are amazing talents, and you know why? Because it's like the corporate stuff that goes into it, and it's all terrible. So yeah, but this is one of the artists. He was 19 years old. I'm going to double check his name to make sure I don't get it wrong. So, look. Did I actually close everything down really? And I couldn't see it. So we have. Come on, where's the last one? This is one of the good things about having This is one of the good things about having two computers, is the fact that I can actually have one for searching and one for streaming. So this is a Kunal Babinson, or Kunal Babinson, KUNLEBABINSON. It's an amazing performer. The first track that I saw of him, it was almost like an old Joe song. So it's got like turn the lights down, put the fire on, put the furry rug out. Definitely one of those, kind of, those kind of tracks you put on, when you have a lady around, you want to set the mood, and yeah, you want to do some smooth moves, it was that kind of track. But yeah, so he's lives up in Nottingham, London boy, 19 years of age, and I believe he was 6'4", but it became a running gag of the night because instead of being a basketball player, which is what Sneaks was trying to get him to maybe do, he does athletics, which is something, isn't it? So Kunal Kunal Babinson is his Instagram. You could definitely find him on there. I'm probably going to leave some links or some notes in the base from this one to see what comes out. And yeah, make sure it's all right. The other guest we had was, give me a second. It was Chanzameri. Chazameri. Well, it's official. Official chats. CHANTZMARIE. Once again, apologies. I am terrible both at names and reading. One of the reasons why I'm a photographer. I don't need to do much in the way of spelling, and yeah, it helps with my dyslexia. That's for sure. So these are the two people. So I'm going to call her Chat. Hopefully that's okay to do. And where did we go? Have we lost it again? I keep losing these things today. I've just got to get better at doing these ones. Obviously, now I'm used to gaming and keeping it relatively simple, but now, it's not fun. So we've got Kung OB and Chat. So yeah, let's stick with Kung OB and Chat. So yeah, so this was the beginning of the shoot or the event. And yeah, so it's got to balance things out. So basically, I'm going to end up doing an introduction to pretty much everyone who comes in. So this is Silver, our beloved Silver. He is our MC and our host. Gets to know all of the artists and says hello and introduces them, about their music, and yeah, is a fun-loving guy, really funky fashion taste, which I really appreciate because I'm a bit odd myself. And yeah, it never fails to make me smile. He's a very loving, very good person. So he is I believe it's official Silver Kid on Instagram. So you definitely check him out. He does events and hires. So if you need an MC or host for a music event or a charity or anything like that, really, if you need someone who's good on the mic, who can get people involved, who does competitions and makes it fun, then yeah, definitely check him out. And yes, as I said, beautiful smile. So we're just gonna go through here slowly. Try to make at least some of this fun, because I don't want it to be too boring. But one of the things my plan was for today is obviously part of me was I'm going to go through the images, I'm going to get rid of the bad ones, and then I had a little thought and I thought, no, do you know what? I know not many people are going to watch this stream, but there's a possibility that lots of people watch it further down the line. And the last thing I would want for any photographer, this is something that I struggled with myself, is I would see other people on YouTube and stuff, and you only ever see their best work. Like you look at Instagram, you look at Facebook, you look at a lot of things, not just in photography, but in a lot of the arts. You only ever see their best work, and it's very soul crushing. It makes you feel like absolute crap, like you're not shooting as well as this other person, or you're not performing, or you're not whatnot. And seeing that these people that you idolize, that you look up to, and you see their bad ones, you see their failures, it makes you feel a lot better that even this person, even Joe McNally, who is, my idol when it comes to photography, seeing his work that sucked was mind blowing, but here's the most humble, famous person I know. He's so not humble. This is the guy that's like the figurehead for Nikon, and it's the figurehead for every strobist pretty much in the world. Every strobist knows that name, Joe McNally. The Hot Shoe Diaries, the work he has done with strobes or flash photography is mind blowing. And yeah, no, it's definitely a thing. Do you know what? I actually completely forgot to send out some. So I should probably actually let some. Seeing as there's only one person in the chat currently, and I may be wrong here, but there's a possibility that that could actually. So if you're not a bot, send me a message. Let me see, because I would love to actually see if there is anyone else left or any real person left in the world. Because it's always nice to have a viewer. Right, so let's have a little look and see what's going on. Right, so I need to I need to read these. That message actually does it didn't get some traffic. That was my affiliate. I actually this is my first stream. Oh, hello, lights. Hey Siri, game. There we go. I've got to set all these things up really, right? So yeah, so I can see we've got one viewer. I have a feeling. Well, I've got apparently, but this is telling me I've got 4 viewers. Something tells me that Commander Root, I think he's fake. Streamlabs, is that my chatbot? I don't know. I guess we'll have to work that one out. The writer and lyrics. I think lyrics. Hang on, is lyrics? I don't know. That does ring a bell, but I'm not sure if that's someone who's following me, and it rings a bell because of that. I don't think so. I'm not currently at the stage of having like millions of people watching me. So it'd be interesting to see that as we go. And obviously, it's a Saturday night. You never know. What's happening in the world. People are probably out there, or they're in getting drunk. They're trying to have a night off, and they're trying to enjoy themselves. So you can never really tell. So let's throw out a quick message on the Book of Faces. See what's going on. WITCH.tv/skin Elliot. There we go. So we'll send that one out and see if some people will fancy flying over and see what's going on. What are you going to that one? What are you going to that one for? Going to confuse the world if I keep doing the same thing, right? So we can leave that one up. We push that card over there. That way we don't need to actually, spend too much time looking at it. So, right, where's my mouse gone? There it is. Right, so as I was saying, yeah, I thought it was important to leave some of the dotted ones in. And not just like, just for whatever reason. Like this particular reason, Silver was moving. I ended up with a blurry image. Let me put up my information. So that way you can see the actual information that's on the screen. Hopefully that was fun. I don't know. I got to wait to see the preview if it actually does a thing. Because currently I'm not at a stage where I just 100% trust as OBS or the computer will do. So we can get rid of that. We can put our lights out. That way, it just gets rid of some of the distraction. Right. So from what I can see, that does not show the information. So yeah, there's definitely some issues with streaming Lightroom. Clearly, some things don't show up, some things do. So yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna hit the X and move to the next one. Framing was a bit off, so it's gonna be that. So maybe I'll just take you through like what I see. Just the sneaks again. So obviously, as you can see, I've really improved the framing. I've shot down. This is changing much. So I've pulled the actual frame straight down to put him more in the walls of thirds in that top left. But perfect timing, he blinked on me. So yeah, we can skip that. So here we have was it Chance? Chance. Maybe that's it. Chance. Oh yeah, Chance's manager. That sort of popped in. Sneaky. Right, let's get the mouse pointer out of the way so we're not just picking her nose of it. That's never fun. But yeah, so this is what I'm saying. You can end up with just a split second. Like this was shot at 160th of a second. So that's a little fraction of time. So sometimes capturing that moment is like the perfect thing to do. Other times you need to just push it a bit more. So that's looking much a better image of. I've been listening to their names all day. You'd think it would have sunk in, but it really hasn't. So he's cool. I want to say cool. He's a cool dude. KB. just going to call him KD for the rest of the night, yeah? So it's a nice little sort of chatting bit. It's a nice bit of interaction between the two, really, when you think about it. So that, as nice as that is, I don't know, is it sharp? That's the question. Is it sharp? Let's zoom in. So this is at a 1-to-1 ratio. Not really. That's, you know, it's not terrible. You know, you could definitely sharpen that up in post. But sometimes you look and you're like, is it worth it though? But is it worth it though? You know, and sometimes it ain't. You know, we've got a grand total of 481 images to choose from here, and you don't want to be giving your client like every single image, because what they're going to do with that many images, you know, they're not going to do much at all, and you don't want to be sitting there editing, you know, like 500 plus images, unless you're being paid very, very, very handsomely. You know, you're never going to be delivering that many images. Like maybe something like a wedding, but weddings are charged differently. You act differently. There's Lucan again with his beautiful expressions. I do love his expressions. Both him and Silver are really good at pulling out some really silly faces. I do appreciate it. So, no, I'm gonna keep it. You know, it can get through this round. You know, it doesn't mean it's gonna get through the next round. So obviously, meh. Skip that one. Not too bad, but you know, it's not needing to cover. You know, that is a much better. Actually, see, I prefer that image to that image, but Silver's face is, yeah, I want Silver's face in that one, but I like the layering there. Like, see how you've got the stacking of the different artists in it. The idea of the stacking is it brings your eye through an image. It adds depth. So basically, when you think about it, a photograph is a two-dimensional image. You've got your length and you've got your height. And as a photographer, your job is to create that third dimension, add that depth to make it feel like that person's there, that person, you know, can actually see what's going on, and to imagine themselves being there. So that's why I do like that one. So I'm going to take that one through, but I don't think it will make the next round, should we say? So this is a pretty image, you know, some good layering, showing the depth. Is it saying much though? That's the question. You know, like, I like to tell a story and try to make sure that you know, these things are seen and appreciated, because you know, there is artwork towards it. But she's got a really nice new. It's a pretty nice expression. It's a bit like the Mona Lisa in many ways, I think. Like there's a hint of a smile, but she's not doing much. So I'm going to take it through. And yeah, now so we lost that wide-eyed bit in that bit, I think. So this was the videographer who was popping in for today for doing some like behind the scenes kind of stuff. And yeah, his name was Zeus. I didn't have his contact details, so I should have tried to look up him on Instagram or whatnot. But you know, it's going to be the odd one. So yeah, so these are more of the lights. Like the space we're working in it's pretty small. You know, it's not the prettiest place in the world. And you know, you've got so many wires and you've got monitors and stuff all over the place. So it does kind of, you know, there's a lot in there. And I try to shoot as small an aperture as possible. So not much is in focus. That's the best thing you can do. Right, so what we got here. Beautiful image, nicely exposed, nicely framed. But she's got her eyes closed. And sometimes that's just the way, no matter. I just noticed she's got her name on her hat. There we go. So she got Chance Maria. Chance, Chantz. Chance. Is it Chance? I don't know. You know, well, it's going to be one of those things. But you know, cool girl has her name on her hat. Granted, I've got mine on my hoodie, but you know, that's there for other reasons as well, right? So yeah, unfortunately, oh no, pressed the wrong button. So yeah, good thing about Lightroom, you can actually do a compare view, so you can compare two of the images. But if you're just being daft and you just hit the C button instead of the X, you know, that doesn't happen. So let's get out of there, get back into the grid view, and yeah, let's click on to that one. So yeah, so we wanted that one. Yes, we did. We're gonna skip that one. So yeah, so there. Weirdly enough, once again, I prefer the framing there. than I do there. But we've got two images very similar. I think that one is slightly better. Yeah, there's slightly less movement there, so we're going to take that one. Okay. And now we have KB spending some time in his phone because that's how it is. Hey, we got another viewer. And who's that viewing? Anyone want to say hello? Granted, I'm sitting here talking to myself. It'd be nice to actually do it, two ways. So, anyone having questions or want to know a bit more about photography, throw it into the chat. I'll see what I can do. So then we got snakes. So what's that? Was that Colombia? Is that what the shirt is? Possibly. I don't know. I don't recognize it. I'm not a football guy. Really not a football guy. So we got here. We got bull. That's in pitbull. Buoy. Buoy. I know, but I really want to get a lint roller for the hat. But it's just one of those things. And yeah, it turns out that Chance's thing was fur. I don't know if that's gonna make people happy or sad or potentially just not want to. Yeah, like don't judge. You don't know. That thing could be 50 years old and it was an heirloom. And I'd rather be really expensive because they are heirlooms rather than actual animals being killed now. Because this. It ain't the 50s or 60s anymore. We can make the fork stuff or fake stuff a lot better these days than we ever could. I've got a fur over there on my little plaid thing, but that is an IKEA fake special, and I love it. I absolutely adore how it feels. But then whenever I think of fur, I think of someone skinning my cat, and my cats both have beautiful fur. And they would make a lovely handbag, or a set of boots. But you touch my cats, I'll kill you. Sorry, and I'm not a violent person, but they're my babies, and I'm sure any pet owner will say exactly the same. So yeah, so we're going to continue going through. We've got the manager in. These guys actually recognize me from an event I used to do back down in Croydon, so in deep South London. It was always a fun night. It was a hip hop and grime night, and called Underfound, run by two of my friends. It was also part of the music family, and unfortunately, obviously with COVID and lockdown and the fact there's just been no events, there just hasn't been anything to do. So it's a shame. I miss him, man. I do miss him. So at to Jay and at to Scripts. Ugh. J Scripts and my brain is going seriously. Nels, there we go. Got there in the end. Nels and Scripts, love you. Hopefully I'll see you soon. I haven't seen either of them in quite a while. Too long, in my opinion. But hey. So let's keep going. And hello. How's it going? Nice to see you in my chat. How are you doing this evening? You good? Loving the emojicon, by the way. It is pretty cool. So what are you doing on this fine Saturday evening, other than checking out Twitch? Actually, this is what I've got to do. I've got to try, fill up the dead air. I was about to shut the computer down. I'm sorry. Aw, thank you very much. That's very, very sweet of you. I'm going to probably be here for a while. Today, I did a photo shoot for a radio show. And yeah, I thought I would share this side of photography with peeps. But I know it's a bit late. My hope was that it was a Saturday night. Maybe peeps would be staying up a little bit later. But if you got to be up early in the morning, do you have to be up early in the morning? So we've got Zeus and stuff, and you see the images are coming along. People are starting to relax. This is what I'm saying about psychology. It's like you chat with them, you make people chill out, and yeah, then they just become much better. They express themselves more. perfect time for the viewers. Well, yeah, no, true. I didn't think about that. So what are we talking like? New York or Texas? Maybe get Joe Rogan watching my crazy stream. Yeah, don't see that happening. Uh, but we are talking about different sides of the world, different artists around the world. So it'd be nice to get some other people actually, because I've got some people from Germany, and I got someone from France. I can't remember if I've got someone else from but I think most of my guys are UK based, or at least around about the space. Right, so this is me and my Flash having fun. Unfortunately, I think my hot shoe is starting to die. Yeah, we're just gonna have to sort of get through and make sure. So the plan for today, because yesterday I made affiliate, which made me really really happy, and I thought I'd do something a little bit more personal than just gaming, because obviously, yeah, it is that time of night, and I don't know if the art section is smaller than sort of the game. Well, it's going to be smaller than the gaming section, but then all art is pegged into one thing. I have spent a bit of time in the art section, rather than just talking or each individual game. Oh no, thank you so much. Yeah, I still can't believe I did it, but I'm happy that I did, and it becoming a thing. It's yeah, I wasn't expecting to become an affiliate so quickly, or so quickly, but in the way that it did, just goes to show like the support that I have. Oh no, totally will be. Don't worry about it. If I see you, I will come and see some Subnautica. I've been wanting to check out that game actually, of late, and I just haven't got around to it. So, but now it's on PC, isn't it? Is it on PC? Okay. Well, I'm sure it is bloody great, especially if you're going to be playing it with them. Yeah, PC, sweet. So it turns out that I can play some games on this PC while streaming. So I was having a go on Left 4 Dead yesterday, and yeah, so I would definitely see about checking it out. I will be streaming tomorrow. We're going to be streaming Shenmue 1 and well, it's going to be 1, 2, and 3, but obviously we're going to start at the beginning. So yeah, tomorrow will be Shenmue, but then maybe Subnautica I will be checking out another day. So yeah, but if I see you, I will definitely come say hi, and yeah, I come pester you in your chat. Promise. But yeah, I should let you get to sleep and not to keep you up all night, unless you want to stay up all night, But if you can't sleep, I'm going to be here for a little while. So yeah, for now. Hey, no, we can't complain. We everyone likes a chat box, and at least we're not alone. We get to have a good chit chat together, and I look forward to it. Ooh, some of these, I know how good these images are going to get, but right now, this is like the original early setup that it just wasn't working for me. But we shall say. I'm guessing we should say goodnight for now. Maybe I'll chat to you later. Well, tomorrow. I'll definitely see it. Aw, that'd be amazing. Well, if you send us over a message to let me know what account it is, and then I will see about following and adding links and stuff. Because it's nice to be nice and get some followers. Maybe that's like your stealth account. I don't know. I'm not going to complain. Right, so we will, while you do that, we will crack on with the editing. And yeah, this was weird. Like, you can see this shot here, and I shot it, then the next frame, green. Next frame, normal. I've never had this happen with a camera before. Like not in a lighting setup that was staying exactly the same constant. This is your boring Hover account. Well, you know, I like the name though. It is a cool name. Oh, silly question. Are you following me from this account? Question mark. I'm not gonna complain. Right, so where am I? Yeah, so where did I get up to? I got to that one of Sneaks with his eyes closed. Like he sneezed. Right, so we do have a good level of cooler. Let's do that. Part of me actually does want to keep this one just for CPU. So yeah, so I'm gonna assume you're not gonna be chatting too much because you're on the phone. So. Ah, you're a sweetheart. Anchor. Make sure the autofocus works. But yeah, no, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, it was definitely a bit of a shock to find out that you know, I've got affiliate and people out there seem to be enjoying my content. So this is a bit of risky actually, and I'm throwing something completely different out there, but hopefully it still comes out well. Yeah, so that was a selection of images that didn't work out good, and yeah, I can keep trying, but yeah, no. So zooming in a bit too close there, obviously. Yeah, I don't like straight on. I really don't like straight. I like to have an angle because straight on, everyone looks a bit flat, and it's hard to have. Like you look here at my face, I've got a light over here on that side. Ooh, shush. Okay, I've got a light over this side, and as the light comes across, yeah, you see the angle. You see the little triangle underneath this eye. This is what we call Rembrandt lighting. You actually get this little eye, this little triangle there. So it gives a nice dimension, a nice sort of 3D look to the face. Then I have another light going that way, so over here, and you notice the difference between when there and it's not. So that just gives a nice little kicker. It separates me from the background, and it's a great way to use a 2-light setup. In this case, I've actually got a light on each side of the room, and then one light at the back. Like you can actually see the leads with the stands there. So that will bring out, and that will basically give this nice, what we call rim light, or rimming, as all of us, you know, dirty-minded people call it, because everyone likes a good bit of rimming. Yeah, warning, this is not a family show. Even though, technically, I'm not being rude here. It's also known as a kicker, or a hair light. But I always use the term rim light, because it's childish, of course. You know, of course you've got to go for the childish one. Why do anything else? But yeah, so in this, it gives you a good example, but because the light's actually in the shot, it's a bit too lens flare-y. Like it's very, very Jar Jar Abrams. You know, it's very like, you know, the Kelvin reboot timeline of Star Trek, just lens flare everywhere. But yeah, so this one, once again, this is back like the layering, like I was saying before, so you can see Sneaks here, and he's on the DJ's like he's literally like right in front of me like this. And then, you know, obviously over the top, and then chances just sticking out her tongue, because why not? Why not stick out your tongue? She's enjoying herself. She's having fun. That's the important thing. So yeah, I'm not gonna go for that one. The silver looks good there, but it's a bit too blurry for my liking. Another blink. This actually would have been a good image, I think. So currently, remember, I shoot in RAW. RAW is basically a uncompressed format that pretty much all photographers will shoot in. They will not shoot in JPEG because JPEG sucks. JPEGs are fine for like the use of the internet and stuff like that, but for editing, they're just useless. You can't. The idea is as you take a photo, the camera works out or it applies contrast, exposure, sharpness, noise reduction, things like that. And then it creates the image, and then all the other data, all the other information, it just tosses away. Just gets rid of it, you know. But with RAW, it keeps all that information. So when you look at the back of the camera, you see the JPEG. But when you import it on the computer, you'll just get this really flat-looking image, and it won't be particularly sharp. It won't be super flamboyant, but it will have all of the detail. And then there's people like us who take these raw ingredients basically, and then we apply our own stuff to it, and we tell it what to do, and then export our own JPEGs at the end. So we shoot in RAW, but when we give our images to the client, we will give it to them in JPEGs because we've already done our editing and all of our work. So I know it looks silly now, but this is just sort of a flat image. It will look better later, you know. I hope it does. Otherwise, it would kind of suck. So here we've got a side lighting, but I do kind of like the fact that we've got I'm gonna say Cooler KB is what I was gonna call him, wasn't it? Yeah, totally KB. Um, that. What is this? I've got to pick this up. I've got to find out what this is because this is something new. Hello. Yeah, this is something new to my thing. Thank you for using Sound Alerts. Please follow us on soundalerts.com. Keep updated with the upcoming changing moves. Let's go. Sound Alerts. Like it. Dream disabled Sound Alerts. Oh. So it does not have Sound Alerts. No, wait, hang on. Ow! Did I just punch myself in my own head? Odd. Okay. Oh well. What can we do? Is that still going? It keeps pausing. It does keep pausing the it keeps pausing my music. I don't want it to pause my music because I'm actually kind of, enjoying my music. But, it is what it is. I'm going to take myself out there. I'm going to see about actually plugging my stuff into my house. It's always going to be one of those fun things to do, isn't it? There's always like this thing to learn and that thing to learn, and yeah, streaming definitely seems to be one of those. I need to now learn everything. So I am going to put that into the headphone socket, into that thing, and then hopefully this should check it out. Great. So now I've actually got the room to move, and I can listen to music. So definitely a bit. See how that goes. So, yeah, this all these bloody windows open, haven't I? So let's do that. Continue. Yeah, okay, what's the work? Good. It's all coming together slowly but surely. So, where are we up to? Yeah, so as I was saying, you've got I actually like the fact that you've got Cooler. Yeah, cool. KB. We've got KB in front here. He's playing with the arm for the microphone. But then we've got Lucan and we've got Zeus in the background, and it's kind of like they've stacked up. And I think it's kind of cool. It's silly, I know, but it's kind of cool. So we've got Silver in the beautiful raincoat that he has. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. And then yeah, so we've got some nice ones here. Oh, that could have been good, but is that a headphone or is that a bit of Sneaks' hair? I know, but I just like the expression of KB. It's like, hi, how you doing? I'm good. Yeah, I know. Right, I'm a bit strange sometimes. I do. Sort of, I give animations little names and stuff to people. It's just like acting. Because why the hell not? It's like different, right? So yes, we've got some nice ones still there. Still a bit. Yeah, I'm not. See, Silver has a habit. He moves forward and backwards a lot. And one thing good thing to know as a photographer and to learn is how people move. Because if they're moving left to right, they're going to stay in your focus zone. So like if they stay basically parallel, but you can like follow them, the focus doesn't have to hunt them much, like pretty much the same plane. But if they're moving backwards and forwards, they're basically fucking with your focuses. So it's pushing you to either go forwards or backwards, and it's making the lens work. And some people they move left and right, like this, like the dancers and stuff. They tend to move more left and right. I find presenters and characters tend to move forward and backwards, because they kind of come into your face, come out, come in, come out, and yeah, I have a big love of like sort of sociology and how people work. Just like I used to sort of go to cafes with my partner and sit and watch people and add little stories, and you'll see how people act. And I love like things like body language and stuff, like how much you can speak and how much you can express without opening your mouth. It's an art that humans have lost in so many ways. And I like many years ago I gave up listening to what people said with their mouths and started only listening to what they said with their body. And I feel like I did better. So in the situation. Anyways, get distracted. As you can see, and I don't know if you can make this out, but in this corner here, you see how all of a sudden there's like this red light. And I'm like, where's that coming from? That wasn't there before, was it? Well, that's what it wasn't. I was adding it. Normally I do a 3-light setup, as I said, and I can show you that. There's one there. So there's one of my Godox flashes. And there is the other Godox flashes. It's the TT600, I think. Yeah, the TT600. That's it, right there. And then I'll have my my AD200, which is literally the pride of my setup. Like I absolutely adore this flash. It was gifted to me, and I'm always super thankful to that person. So Ari, I doubt you're watching, but if you are, I'm still incredibly grateful. Thank you so much for that. Someone who has always kept an eye out for me and looked after me. So like much love. Yeah. So at this point, I was a bit bored with the lighting. As you can see, there's like 2 blue walls on either side, which are quite pretty actually. They're flat. They do the job. They're smooth. But then on the other 2 walls, aka where the DJ will stand against and where the DJ is looking towards, have this really horrible, like textured pattern. I don't know if it's for soundproofing or whatever, but it's hideous stuff. And I'm always trying to make the place look a little bit better. Make that place look nicer, because I just want it to look good. I want the people to look good in the space, and I want the space to look good so they can get more people to come in. So, yeah. So I like to add things. So basically, I added 2 more flashes to the scene, and I put gels on them. So as soon as the gel goes on, it adds a little bit of dynamicness, adds a bit of creativity, and yeah, I think it starts to do a thing. Unfortunately, it's a trope that's incredibly overused and tricky to use. This is the reason why we love grey walls in photography. The wall behind me, so this one over here, and the wall directly in front of me is actually they're in a very light grey. So it just means that they take colour a lot better than say white would. So this is the dilemma that you're in. You're trying to light up a wall in a creative way, and believe it or not, sometimes you need to use a lower power on your flash rather than a higher power, because the higher the power, the more white it comes from, basically. So in this shot, you can see it's getting there, but it ain't there yet. One of them, I turned one on, which is the red one, was on the left. There's actually one just here, just behind Chance, behind Silver, really. But I forgot to turn it on. I put the gel on, I forgot to turn the actual thing on. So you can see like the red light pollution on the jacket there, and just you can see the more color tone. Like, notice this, you can see a bit of red. I hope that comes out on screen. Hello, Green Jedi. You can see what? You can see the light. You can't see the red. What? In the black bit? This bit here? You can see it. You must be able to see it. The Green Jedi can't see red. Is the Green Jedi blind? Oh, sorry, that was terrible. I apologize. Colorblind. I was trying to make a joke. It was a bad joke. Forgive me, please. No, but here you can see it a lot more. Like all the places where the shadow would have been, because remember on this stage, the most powerful light in the room is behind me, and yeah, glasses sometimes would help. Like I've often wondered, do glasses help you see color better, or is it just sharpness? I know it's silly. I'm incredibly lucky. You know, I've got pretty good eyes. I have had glasses once, but the fault was so minor that when I got my second pair of glasses, apparently my eyes have got better. But yeah, it's something that I'm still. Some people are amazed I can read out. But part of me is like, is it because I can see it, or just because of my dyslexia and I've learned how to work shapes out from a distance? You know, so who knows? But yeah, so you'll see the redness come out in where the main light's hitting these speakers, and then creating a shadow. So along here, and then you can see the actual shadow from the tripod there. So you got the actual tripod there, and then the shadow from there. But yeah, so it's still not a great image. But yeah, so we'll skip through because a lot of the times I'll be doing several test shots, like pow, pow, pow. This is why you don't shoot with your flash on top of your camera, because you end up with these horrible, harsh shadows, and you wanna negate them. Negate. I used to always say Nelongate, and I know that one's wrong. Right, it turns out I'm out of vape, so I'm just gonna go and grab my my top up boost. And yeah, how's it going, Green Jedi? Should I call you Green or Jedi? Let me know which one. And yeah, while I'm waiting for you to get your response back, and you got your glasses, I will get my vape juice. So give me a sec. And I'm back in the room. So yeah, so today's vape juice is I'm back on the Just Jam, and this is Just Jam's toast. So my hope is that this does actually come out looking the right way around. I'm not sure if it will. I don't think it is going to come out the right way around, sadly. But yeah, it's Just Jam toast. It literally tastes like it says. I know that's crazy when you think about it, because vape juices, they kind of like, they hint towards smelling, or sorry, they hint towards tasting like what they're named. This one, oh my god, it does. I've got 2 of their products, and yeah, this is my third bottle of theirs. So I've had toast, I've had scones, and oh crap, what was the first one I had? I honestly cannot remember, but it was I originally bought it just because it was a big giant 200ml bottle of juice going quite cheap from a company called Lion Vapes. So definitely check them out. I actually made an Instagram post about them the other day, but that is really close to it. Let's make it a bit more friendly, a little less like in your face. I'm sure you don't want to see every single thing coming out. I'm getting tied up in my own wires. So, yeah, don't smoke it. Don't do drugs. Right, so we got some nice little bit of interaction in this image, but once again, you've got that horrible shadows. So I'm going to skip over those. I have a feeling I didn't get that many of silver this time around. I may be lacking in silver. No worries. May the force be with you. Take care. And yeah, look after R2. I'm always getting worried about him getting shot in the back of that bloody thing. Take care. Oh yeah, and avoid Dantooine. They're not going to have a good day. Right, so what we've got here, we've got scripts. Scripts is he's looking a bit washed out. Like, the fact is, like as I was saying, with Raw, you can. Who doesn't love R2? Everybody loves R2. I would love to see, like, oh, would I? R2 versus BB8. I think R2 would win. Yeah, no. Yeah, no ifs, buts, or when. Right, but as I was saying, yeah. So with a raw file, you can actually get a lot more control. So I was able to bring this all the way back, and look at that. I brought it back 2 full stops. I'm not saying I'm going to keep this image, but the fact of raw allowed me to do that. So can I do? Nope, it won't do it. Unless I develop. So will this continue out? Only one way of finding out. If I can still see him when he's zoomed out. Back in again. Ooh, a bit curious. Yeah, so for some reason, the develop mode. I wonder why it will not stream develop mode on Lightroom. It's a very odd thing. That means I have to do all my edits. Yeah, literally, I'd have to do all my edits and then come back to do, an edit. Which ain't much fun, man. Yeah, it's the whole part of the process there. So obviously, like editing, doing a lot of your baseline editing in Lightroom is the best way to go, especially for if you're doing mass images and you need to go through it and make sure that if you've got a lot of images like for an event and they're going to be similar. Like for example, pretty much all of the images here are going to be shot in this room with roughly the same lighting setup. So you can just make a preset and you can utilize a preset to use across the board and then go through each image and like tweak it. So not everything is used the same. Like remember, a preset isn't a filter. I know it's easy to construe them, but you're not adding a filter over the top. You are literally using the control to make that image. You're playing with the actual detail, the detail in that image. And that's the whole point. That's the reason why you're hiring a photographer. The reason why you're shooting abroad. The reason why you are using equipment and storage space and lenses because you're trying to get the best you can. So yeah, that's that. This one I really like. It's a darker image. I give it that. And I did turn off the previous light because you can see the background lights turned off. But I just saw how this is looking. So if I'm gonna have to quickly. No, I don't need to stop here because I can see it from there. So going from this to this. It's literally night and day. You don't get that rim light. Pardon me. So you don't get that rim light. So that's that light around the edges to separate them. But as you can see, there's enough light to separate it from the background. It's not just all lost out in darkness. So I'm going to keep that one. But yeah, you can see where I was going. And then obviously I turned the light back on, pointed it straight, and that light is literally, as you can see there, it's pointing directly at me. So that's my own flash pointing directly at my own eye, my own camera. And then of course in the next scene, boom. So yeah, but look, see how overexposed that is. Look, that's totally overexposed. But shooting in RAW, I'm not saying it's going to be a usable image, but see how much detail you were able to bring out of that. Like as I said, it's still not the best image, and it is really, really washed out. But the fact is, you can still get that from that. It's kind of impressive, I think. Anyways, I'm always amazed by how much detail you can pull out of RAW file. But here's like, this is the same shot, just obviously I've not had the flash in the shot, so I've just kind of cropped it out. But then you get this beautiful edge light, this rimming that I keep referring to. And yeah, I like things pretty good. No, we can all hope, right? So, I'm liking this music though. You gotta love the slow-fi stuff. This little guy here, I found this guy just sitting happily in this little hole. I'm guessing preventing people from like dropping stuff down the back of it or losing a wire. But I fell in love with this little guy. He had such a cheery little face. And I definitely going to go back to him. Right, so now you can see that I've shimmied the lights around a bit. Now I've got that red light behind. So you know, right now all you can see from it is, yeah, it literally just is the white light. But you just see the edge, yeah. So the further that light gets out, the more that red's going to become thick. So if you put the distance away from a wall, if you put it too close to a wall, you're going to get white. If you actually have a nice distance between the light and the wall you're pointing at, you actually do get some nice coverage, which I've utilised in a lot of my shoots to just add a nice bit of colour, because that's always nice. That's obviously a bit too far, but okay. So now balancing it a bit better, and you can see that that rim light is now coming through there. It's not powerful enough to dominate onto this side, but just where the lights is a bit shady, that's where it will hit. And you know, you keep trying. That was not a good shot. I don't know what. I can't even see where the focus hit on that one. But there we go. Bang. There. Now we got a good shot. And one more. There we go. That's the kind of shot. But now we run into a different problem. Is now we've got a lot of light coming from that side. So now we switch sides, and you know, chance looks good. But yeah, so now it sort of balances out. It's got a bit more atmosphere now. And the room does have a lot more atmosphere. This is a time when a lens flare can actually improve. When it just adds a little sparkle, you know. You know, you like it when there's a little bit off one side. So let me pop that there. I just want to make sure that you guys can see it. It's looking good. No, that's looking alright. That's looking good. I like that. Right, so now that should hopefully be able to see me better. And the new mic does seem to be doing well. You know, it's looking pretty. See, now that's a good image. I like that. There's a lot of expression, a lot of feeling. There's nice lines in there, and he's not quite dead center. And I don't normally like the dead center. I like to put them over to one side. But yeah, and see that. So there we've got it. That is a beautiful image. It's off to the sides. So you know. So you got there's your halfway mark. So he's now off to one side. He's not quite on the rules of thirds. But sometimes, like they call it a rule of thirds, but you know, it's more of a guideline. Like you don't have to do it, and if you do, there's nothing wrong with that. You can always follow the rules of thirds. You can always, you know, you can do anything. You know, it's about creativity, and it's about learning the rules and why you use them, then break them. You can't just take a shot and go, well, I did that because of that, and be an artist. You know, you've got to learn why you do something. If you don't know why, then there's no shot. There's nothing great. So yeah, so here we've got a nice exposure on his face, and this is surprisingly difficult when someone wears a baseball cap, because when you think about it, the light's up here coming down, you know, it's going to create a lot more shadow here. But I've managed to get some nice bounce back. Not quite sure where from, you know, but hey, so I've got a nice. Could it potentially be the light bouncing off in front of me? Most probably. But we have the nice little, the extra light, the red light is actually this one here. And could that be going there? I don't think so. But yeah, so the red light's going up now. So you get this nice little accent, you know, around his eyes and stuff. You know, so it gives a nice little bit of attention, a bit of niceness. Then we've got the top light coming down to light up place, and then we've got the nice rim light coming from behind him, giving a nice separation, and that highlight down the side. So a bit like my head is now. So I've got, you know, this shadow here, this light here, and then it comes back in, and then everyone's happy. Because why not? Why not be happy, right? you know, it is what it is. So, nobody wishes in the chat, Shane. We've got 3 viewers. We've still got Bunny. Thank you. Really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'm curious who the writer is. That's going to be interesting. So let's drop that back down. So we definitely want that one. This one I like as well. If only her eyes were open, this would actually could have been like a pretty damn good shot. Then we have Zeus. Movies the Lumix. I can't remember the name of the camera. They are great little camera. The Lumix G4, G1. I think it's the G1. I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time in the camera world. Obviously, as a photographer, I probably should. But unless I'm buying something, it's bad news to be looking when you don't need something, because it's good to know what's happening in the world and the profession that you work in, but at the same time, it's not good for your bank account. Totally gonna ruin my makeup. I know it. I can't rub it either, because then I will totally. I guess we'll find out when we get there. So yeah, we're gonna definitely keep that one of Zeus, because you know that's nice. I do like this one as well. Now, let me try to zoom into something helpful. There's no point in doing it there. See, once again, I like it. Good expression. Kind of like a 50 Cent kind of vibe. See, now that would have been it. That would have been a lovely shot if I would have hit focus. But you know, it is what it is. You know, no point crying up spilled milk. See, there we got beautiful smile, nicely framed, good lighting. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some good images coming out of this one. See, this is one of the downsides though about shooting using these techniques. Is you see all this massive pop spot down here? Yeah, it doesn't look amazing. How well can you guys see? Yeah, I think you can see my my mouse cursor quite well. So yeah. But should I go? Yeah, see, look at that. So much better. It's shot exactly the same. It's shot at 63mm, as is that one. But literally, sometimes it's just framing. What the fact is what I often do, because there'll be certain focus points on my camera, and there'll be like one in the dead center, there'll be one a little bit up, a bit more up, a bit more up. Imagine this kind of cross frame. Yeah, we got this, and along these lines, there's a focus point in each one, and then obviously to join those up, you've got more. So you end up with this diamond shape, and you can choose where you want to put your focus point. Now, of course, if you want to shoot something that's on, say, you know, the center, you put it in the center. If you want to put it to one side, you put it to one side. But the problem being is, as you're going through selecting those focus points, you can lose time, and lost time means you possibly lost the shot you were after. So what a lot of photographers will do is they'll put their focus point in the dead center, and they will focus what they want on the dead center and half press the shutter button, and then they'll recompose. So they'll get the focus on the thing that they want, recompose and pushing it off to one side, then fully depress the shutter, and then they get the image. So this can be super quick. You can go, you know, it's a two-stage process, but it does allow you to get that shot quickly. It's a technique I use 90% of the time, especially at events where I'm moving around. If I was on a tripod just shooting, say, a macro or a still life scene, of course I would put the nearest focus point on the thing that I'm focusing on, because especially if you're on a tripod, you just don't yeah, don't think about it. But you will, you'll just keep on. So this is the idea of this. This is what I'm trying to get to. This is me getting the focus, and that's me recomposing. So I'll get the focus, and in this case, I did fully depress it, but in the process of fully depressing it, I shifted in that moment and shimmied it over to one side, and I got myself a better image. So that's a great technique that I utilize. Sometimes it's difficult because I've been doing it so long, and it is a it is quite natural. Like there's a dance and a flow, and as a former performer and a dancer, that I find that flow as I'm doing it, and it's it works well for me. So yeah, that is that, should we say? Um, so yeah, low angles. Low angles. I don't often do low angles. The idea of low angles is if you're looking up at something, you're giving that thing power. You're making it dominant. Like if you were going to do a dominatrix shoot, you would do a lot of the shoot from below. Now, if this person was a sub, and sorry, I'm going to take it in kinky terms here, but yeah, if they were submissive, you would shoot them from above, make them look small. It's this interesting psychology of the tiniest little difference in angle that us humans, like our brains notice them, but humans don't always do unless they study or in some kind of visual medium. Like any painter, photographer, videographer, artist who deals with a visual medium is going to probably know this, and if they don't, they should. So yeah, there you go. There's Skins teaching. Maybe this would be a new sequence, new set of videos. Skins teaches useless information that you should already know, or the common sense of Skinny Boy. Anyways, so it's good to try it sometimes, but in this case, it failed. There's no point really continuing. But yeah, so you can see that. Like that now looks like a smaller room, and the people look a bit softer. Well, it's a bit more intimidating. So I hate both of them, but gives you the good idea. But yeah, that's always a fun thing. So I'm gonna try this whole clip. So actually, I'm gonna go. Ah! And then I clip that. So I don't know what to do with the clip. It ended up on my clipboard. Ever the fuck that means? I don't know. There's so many little things in this that I need to learn. It's one of those things like you join a service. I remember with Minecraft. I joined Minecraft quite early on, and as they added things, you got used to them. Oh, they've got this thing now. Well, they got that thing now. They just brought in redstone, I think, or just like learning about redstone, should I say? And then I left it, and then came back like many, many, many years later. So I discovered that I had it on my PS4 because I actually bought the PS4 secondhand from a friend of mine. And they had a Minecraft. So I thought, fuck it, I'll have a go. And I went to creation mode and found out that there were a billion new items. I have no idea what does what and how does the other thing. But what is that? I got the sound thing. Apparently, I haven't set that up yet. But there should be a thing where you can interact and add sounds. And I think you've got to add a certain number of bits or bytes. I haven't had any bits or bytes or cheerses yet. I haven't actually had a subscribe yet either. But we're going to work towards these things, and maybe I will. Maybe I'll gift out some. Who knows? So, but yeah, we'll keep this going. This is a fun song. Another one by Harris Heller. In case you weren't here at the beginning of the show, he is doing a grouping of music called Stream Beats, and basically he's giving away free copyright-free music for streamers to have in their streams in the background, and it's allowing me to have some music on in the background so I can listen to them, and you guys can listen to them too. But the focus is coming out quite nice. Hang on, let me double check. It's still sounding good. It's good to hear these things. It might be a bit loud. I like because it's nice. I am a dancer, I'm a performer, and I do like to have the tunage, but it needs to be balanced out. You guys can do me. So yeah, I just want to Sneaks looking a bit serious there. Like it's almost like I just told him off. He's looking a bit not grumpy, just more innocent. And yeah, he's generally innocent. Hopefully, some of the guys from tonight's show will be popping in to the chat. So hopefully, at some point, Sneaks will be in. Who knows? Maybe Silver would even come in. That would be a random one. And Zero just plain old rap. He said he might, but God knows if he will or not. But he has a lot of driving to do, and He's a busy man. He's got to balance out. So there we have the manager. Not a mummager for a change. We've had a lot of mummagers in the studio. Yeah, I like this. It's got that kind of ethereal kind of vibe to it. See now that's beautiful. You know, I like that. It makes me happy just to see a nice and smile. Everyone loves to smile. Very very cute. Some more water. All this talking to myself is it's thirsty work. So I've got my little stitch. Don't know if you can see that or not. Yep. That was a gift from Rochelle. Thank you very much. Love you, babe. That's good. Ooh, that's a new one. A new button. Oh. It's a button to let me know that my stream is live now. But it will also be live on Wednesday. Handy thing about that, actually. I don't know when your own stream is live and doing things, but that's always good. I like knowing these things. So, anyways, we're about halfway through the first coat, and we're at what, an hour and a half? Yeah, so it's not doing too bad considering, we're talking and sort of making our way through. See now, this is the little ball that I found, and yeah, totally fell in love with him. He was just sitting there, proper silly, but when you can light and shoot nicely and comfortably, you can get some cool images. So these ones, I'm totally looking for. Well, it looks like Sneaks are gonna throw up then. See, overlooking it. Oh, debonair. Please tell me there's one more. Oh, come on, one more. Oh. So yeah, a bit too much blinky blinky, sadly. So we have to go and cover those. Hey, the obligatory Skins Elliott shot of a camera. Ironically, I'm actually in it for a change. Have a look, see if you can see me. So we got Snakes, and there's me sitting there with his bald head, and wow, my arms are actually looking chunky. Yeah, as this may sound a bit daft, but someone who grew up most of his life with body dysmorphia and thinking he was a tiny little skinny thing, and then all of a sudden actually having a body with muscles and biceps and titties and stuff. It's been quite an emotional journey the last few months. So definitely say that much. But I do have a sort of a signature shot of people taking photos with their cameras. So obviously, cameraman taking photos with the camera, Inception, wow. You've got to see where these things end up. But who knows? Right, so yeah, this was really cute. I think he was taking a photo. She wanted to get a photo of both together, and it didn't quite come out that way. But that. See, this is what I mean about telling stories. But I saw it happen there in front of me, and I kind of wanted to tell him to put the phone down. But I'm a bit funny when it comes to directing. When I do a photo shoot with someone, I try to make them confident, and sometimes some people need confidence, don't they? They need to be told what to do. Other people, just giving them a little bit of confidence lets them come out, and that's what I want. I don't want it like there are people out there that shoot people in a way that will be very false, very fake, and it takes an amazing amount of talent to make that look natural. And me, on the other hand, I'd rather take the risk of not getting a good shot. So when that good image does come, then it's a natural one. You've got it. And it's being silly, self-deprecating humor, telling a joke, it lets people relax, lets the natural side come out. And that's always what I want. I always want to bring out the natural side of people, because that's what I'm trying to capture. I'm trying to capture them, like this person, flaws and all. No matter how many chins they think they have, no matter how unphotogenic they think they are, I believe I can get a good looking picture of anyone. And yeah, that's subjective. There will be people out there which have a very narrow, defined idea of what beauty is. To me, beauty is someone who is good looking on the inside as well as the outside. And I know it sounds cliche, but a natural smile can cure so many ills. You know, I'm no bloody Prince Charming. You know, and I have a good personality. I'm honest, and I'm hopeful that other people will be the same. And I often find that some of the most beautiful people in the world will never be modern, and that's not, and that's because I think to get to that stage, you have to be that shallow, that self-absorbed, that narcissistic. You know, to get to that point. Yeah. But anyways, completely sidetracked, and yeah, I get passionate about it. But you know, these things happen. So, should we continue on with the show? Yeah, this so anyways, so that seeing that image, her trying to be this nice person, adding that story, him kind of shunning her because he had this phone out, and then this being the next image, where ironically one of my flashes had a misfire, and sometimes accidents can create these beautiful moments. So this is the case of like you can literally see that's what the image should have looked like. See the lighting is a bit flat, it's not very dynamic, and then one flash doesn't fire, and now look at that shot. That shot just pops, it jumps right off the page, and yeah, this is the raw image. This isn't edited whatsoever. You can imagine what it's going to be like when I actually do my work with it. So yeah, and I ended up seeing that image. I was like, you know what? Let's turn that off. Let's see where this takes us. So there's going to be several of the red images, but I got another one that looks amazing in my opinion, and it adds a certain. I don't know. I don't often do full blown thingy, but the funny thing is that light is off to one side and technically behind him at this. So the fact is you're getting some light bleed probably from the other lights from the other side of the room. And yeah, so then you can actually see there's the heavy red light on this side, and then there's the lighter pinker light, which is on the other side next to Chance. So hey, we got an extra full person in. Who's the extra person? If you be human, send up a message. Say hello, and I would love to say hello back. I always like to see who's in the chat, and to say hello and to welcome you, of course, because that's what I like to do, and obviously testing you for following me or to try to do that kind of thing. But I just like to to see who's out there. I just noticed Green Jedi is now in blue. I'm pretty sure they were in green earlier. Oh no, on my phone. The phone down here. That was in green. On my screen up there, it was in blue. And yeah, they do love the market, which is, always nice to have. Let's keep this going. I don't know if I'm going to do much with these ones because they are a bit, as I said, a bit washed out. Yeah, sometimes you want to make sure you get the shot and just confirm with yourself, yeah, I got the shot. But at the same point, I did kind of like it without the main key light, basically. There was pretty much no white lights at all. So yeah, we're just going to keep going. Yeah, the wide angle shots from below, not necessarily the best, but you want to make it nice. You want to make people look good, and you have to make a guess about how you think they would want to be seen. And you just got to try it. Have an idea of what is pretty, what looks good, and then obviously how you're going to edit it later. And with this place, it's kind of a bit more geared towards the guests, trying to make the guests look good looking. And the silver, where silver stands, is the trickiest. But Sneaks is in this little spot where if you get good light on him, you can get some really good images, like this one here, for example. He's crisscrossed between a couple of different lights, so it really makes him pop. But a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, you lose all of that. So you can get some good ones, but it also depends on where he is, because obviously he needs to be in a good place as well as you are. So this image I really liked. I know it's not sharp, and I did actually try to go back to get it, but sadly, I think I hit the microphone. If I remember correctly. Yeah. So there's the microphone. You can see it's sharp there. Yeah, it's definitely sharp there. You can't really do much else from there, sadly. Irritatingly, I might add, but sadly, yeah, that's the case. So I did try again, but as you can see, that light, yeah. So basically, one of the lights didn't fire there, one of the lights did fire there, and it changes the whole mood, the whole feeling of the shot. Just one light firing, one light not firing. And as I said, sometimes these little mistakes, they're actually good. Sometimes, sometimes they literally fuck up the entire shot. So, 50-50, consistency is good, but at the same time, sometimes these little failures actually are blessings in disguise, and they can guide you down an entirely different road. So a lot of these I am actually liking. So this is looking good. It is a bit busy. Sneaks once caught a fish, and it was this big. Like truly, you have to believe him, because it was a catch and release stream, and he had to throw it back again. Well, it looks like whoever that fourth person was has evacuated and has left the building. No idea whose it was though. We can only find out, and I have a feeling. Hey, Streamlabs are back into my chat. He would have funked it. I don't know why Streamlabs are in the chat. It's one of those things, I guess. Right, where is we? So let's see Sneaks and his gigantic fish. Oh yeah, he was very, very happy. Let's see, it went from this big to this big, and then it disappeared. You gotta love it. So that's a nice little shot. Very, very layered. Loads of people in there. Oh, this is a cute thing. Sneaks. He's giving me the eye there. Look at that. See now that's a nice layered image. I could have done with the eyes a little bit more open, and the question is, did we get one? There is another one, image 103, or no, 301 should I say? Let's see it. Oh, we got a tang out. Of course we got a tang out. I'm gonna take both, because why not? It is digital art. But yeah, so just keeping these balanced. This is what happens when we had people in the studio and they were standing in front of my flash, so that can create some trouble. So yeah, so we'll just keep scanning through, see if we actually get some ones. I keep yawning, but then I have to remind myself is coming up to 20 to midnight. Hey, camera, look at my face. Don't you hate it when it doesn't look at your face? So once again, some nice layering. See, I like this one. I think I got them. Did I get them both? There we go. I knew I'd get them both eventually. Yeah, so Chase is looking happy. We like this. And then KB wiggles the nose. Whoops, Sneaks is looking a little surprised doing that one. Still doing good. Still doing good. It's coming along. This is when dear Raphael managed to turn up, and it'd be hilarious if he actually just randomly turned up in the chat now, because that would be fun. Night, Han. You be good. Sleep well. Hopefully you have the best dream that can possibly come to a human being, and funny. I will never exclude the bunnies from the beautiful dreams. And yeah, hopefully we'll catch you tomorrow. I've got my stream going on from about 6 if you want to pop in, or if you're streaming and I missed that memo. Actually no, I did miss that memo. You're doing Sanctinarium? Subnautical. What time are you streaming from? And if you've already gone to bed, then don't worry about it. But yeah, when I'm up, I will keep it on. And then when I see your face come up, the streaming is going to go into the Kidder account, so I'll keep an eye on both. And yeah, we will see you tomorrow. Sweet dreams. Right, so let's go to that. Let's go back. That is nice. Oh, that's a better. Ooh, one. I can't like that one. Okay, and then look, now we can see a lot of the room. And you can see the struggles I have with trying to make this place look pretty. Because it really is a struggle sometimes. Representing the I Am Official. Great shirts. Definitely worth checking out. I do actually have one myself. I need to go double check to see if it still fits me since the bulk up of lockdown. So we've got a nice little ride-by shot. These are some more fill-up shots. You know, you don't. Ooh, that's like the dirty bass shots. Like, ooh yeah, I got that bass, no trip. Oh, this is actually a nice shot, but it's a little bit apart for my liking. So let's bring it down a bit. Yeah. By the way, the little clicks there, that's not full editing. It is. That's just like a quick, like, you know, double check to see if it actually works, or if it's worth it. But yeah, no, I will basically be getting all these down. Now it's looking good. Why is it looking so? Ah, I see why it's looking so good. This is when I pulled out one of my favorite lenses. It is a Sigma 1.4 85mm art lens. This is a sexy lens. It is specialized, really shallow depth of field. This creamy bokeh, which is it's the Japanese for the quality, the out of focus elements. You know, all fast lenses, or what we call fast lenses, generally will have really nice bokeh. It's easy. What says easy to get the bokeh. If it's creamy or not, like the actual substance of the bokeh is interesting. You know, I may be pronouncing it wrong. I don't think anyone knows the actual official way. I've heard Japanese people pronounce it in several different ways. So, you know, we can stick with bokeh, bokeh, Pokemon. You know, I've literally heard so many versions, and it's a bit of a running joke in the photography world, is to how you actually pronounce it. But as you can see from that image on screen, just that the beautiful colors for one, the blurriness in the background, and just how it's like marshmallow. Like you could rest on there, just fall in. You know, that is the gorgeous thing about it. I just noticed that little crack just there. And it's irritating. Like why is that even a thing? Like why is that there? Ugh. No, my CDOs are playing up as always. Please though, look, we're down to 2 viewers. That's a shame, because we're just coming up towards the end of the code. We are at image 360, so we've got 120 images left to roll through. We're probably not going to be doing the editing tonight, just because it doesn't appear on screen for some reason. I don't know why. There is an option of running it through a capture card. Because, you know, why the fuck not? If it works, great. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But then, you know, the only thing I worry about is you'll be able to see the entire computer system. Maybe there's an update. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. He's definitely rocking a 50 Cent vibe, though. I must admit. There's something about him. He looks like a younger, slimmer version of 50 Cent. Hopefully less bullet holes, considering he's only 19 as well. So let's give it that. See, now that could have been a beautiful shot. Like really, that is lovely shot. I'm almost irritated that and you might not be able to see it on the screen, but the issues here is the focus. I've missed the focus. It's close enough on sort of the lips and the nose, but the place where you want to focus is always the eyes. You always want the eyes to focus. The nearest eye to the camera is the place where you want to focus. And sadly, no, like it needed to be like here, and instead of like here, it's here. So see what I mean? Obviously, because it's a round surface, you're seeing it's the head. So, you know, where it should have been in line with the C, my hat, It's kind of more towards the the middle of the word. And I don't think there's much I can do. I'm gonna take it through to the next color, anyways, just in case. But I doubt it. So, oh, there's another one of the misfires, but we like those ones as we discussed. Oh, a couple of scripts. Oh, scripts. Sneaks. There we go. See, look, that is the difference. That is where we want it. See, look, that focuses on the CH, and that as it rotates, it goes down towards the eyes. Which is what we want. Ah, see, look there. That's a good, nice, sexy shot. But this is all. This is still with the 85 1.4, and I am shooting it currently at 1.6. So that will definitely bring it down a bit. But yeah, no, I try to use tools for not just their intended purpose, but others as well. Like, yeah, I'm not using it as a hammer, but I'm trying to like use an 85mm as a wide angle. It can be definitely a bit silly, and it definitely is silly. But silly's good. Sometimes you just need to roll with it. Like you just gotta like give it a try, see if it works. If it works, great. If it doesn't, eh, what have you lost? A bit of time. If you're doing an event like this, you've got a chance to try new things. Yeah, you may miss a shot. I think this is when Silver lost his positioning again. Yeah, basically since Sneaks has been doing the show, they have often had the question of the guests, and it was, so you have to choose one of them. So is it ZJ Sneaks or is it Silver Kid? And let's just say Silver Kid has not had an amazing record, but he kind of got half a point today because it was given after choice, but there's more through guilt than anything else. But hey, you can only do what you can do. Right, so this is obviously where I am getting. Yeah, I've now switched back to the 24 to 70, which was giving me some aggravation today. Actually, it kept disconnecting from the camera. Yeah, and I just kept going, hey, I cannot communicate with the camera. Right, so there's Raph on the sofa. So by this point, I'm basically setting down from the shoot because we always do like a group shot of all the peeps together. And yeah, basically when it gets to about sort of 10 to or so, or 10 minutes after the end of the show, where everything's like winding down and stuff, and it's mostly just people giving out their social where they found and stuff. I end up setting up for a group shot of all the peeps. So, was that a sharp shot? I think Raf's he's probably gonna kill me for showing it. But yeah, so that's that. Ping. And yeah, so basically it kind of settles down. But then sometimes you do get a nice shot. But he's always liked he's always liked a photo. He's never said no to a photo shoot yet. But I'm super grateful. Like he has gone above and beyond for me. He's one of my biggest supporters. He's my brother. We've known each other since we were kids, and yeah, so much love. He's such a giving, loving guy. Like, yeah, I would literally give him a shirt off my back, and yeah, and he knows it. We're brothers for life. It always will be. And yeah, anyways, I'll get my tongue out of his arse now. But yeah, that is that. And right, so here we go. This was a tricky one because my flash was being a dick. I don't know why it started being a dick because I did. You literally saw me doing all of those test shots with Matt earlier. Because it's almost bordering on red eye. But now that is looking noisy as fuck. No, we don't like the noise. Let's click on auto. I don't think I've ever clicked on auto before. And that's why. Because it looks like shit. Right, so I'm going to keep that one. Get rid of that. There comes Silver. So that's how it should have looked. But for some reason, the light just did not fire like it should have done. I know, excuses. There's Silver Kid rocking out with the Deja Vu logo. Hang on, did I do a double there? No, let's bring that back. Let's take that one. Like I'm Snink being lazy, and it's like, no, get in the shot. Like stop messing about. Get in that shot. I'm gonna keep that one because that's cute, and I like it silly. So yeah, so I did tell you that he was what 6'4", and yeah, it turns out Silver is not 6'4". He is more petite than I ever noticed. If I'm honest, you know, which was surprising because yeah, you don't like I don't know, you don't unless someone's dramatically tall, dramatically small, you don't really think about it. And as someone who's what a little shade under, I don't know, about 5'10", I think I am. See, I was recently told I was 5'7", and these guys say they're 5'7", and I was a decent amount at height above them. So I really need to re uh, measure myself. I guess is the correct term. Um, but yeah, so this one was a bit of a setup. You know, it just these guys were like little marionette puppets. Just this tall guy above him. I thought it was cute and silly, and again, because of reasons. Wow, I think that first one actually was the best. I never did teach him my little technique. If you're particularly tall, or you hang out with very small people, like one of my partners is like 4'7", she's pitchy. Never, and this is for the either the tall person or the people hanging around with short people. Never bend down, you know, because it completely throws off your entire body, your proportions. Like, man, let's stick back. Uh, just look, he's standing up straight there, and there, you see how he's bending down, and it just throws off all the proportions. It looks a bit weird. It looks a bit uncomfortable. The secret tip I got given was spread your legs. You're like just open your legs, like you know, like literally, like out, like spread them, and it brings everything down. But then your top stay perfectly straight. That's a lot easier to show in person than on camera, especially considering I can't zoom out this camera much more. So that yeah, I'm limited. But yeah, that's the idea. You spread your legs, you go out, then your whole body comes down. Don't do the full blown splits because you know, don't know how many pairs of jeans you've got. But you know, it is what it is. So where are we at? Yeah, skip that one. That was cute. That was cute. And there we go. We can officially say that Silver is taller. That being said, Silver never took off his hat. Yeah, so there is Fire and Ice, the guys that follow on after us at the Deja Vu. So, you know, that was literally the next show. So, that's the first cull done. We just went through 481 images in 2 minutes shy of 2 hours. And there was a bit of chit chatting at the beginning. So yeah, let's say, I don't know. I think we should say about an hour and a half, hour and 20. No, maybe a little more, an hour and 20. So nice. So now we've got, you can see all of the ones that we've picked. You know, you can see, and all the ones that you've rejected. Basically they're grayed out. So what you can do is you can go up to attributes, and basically everything you tick here is what will be shown. So right now nothing is ticked. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the picks badge. So we click on the picks. Now it's only showing us the images that are the ones we picked. And at 481, we actually picked, it says right down here, 249 photos. So there we go. We haven't cut it in, well, yeah, we've almost cut it in half. You know, so that's, you know, 50% ratio on the first coat. Which, if you think about it, if I'm double tapping, that makes sense because often I will double tap, but if the images are too similar, I'll get rid of them. Which probably means I got, you know, yeah, a little more than half of 50% of my stuff done. But yeah, so I got two options now. This is, and it depends on how I want to work. How I would often work is I would set this to 10 images per line. Yeah, so you can see there's a little one hiding behind that image there in the top corner. Yeah, and there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can see the 10 there. So basically, this will just break up. So if I've got 120, I've got 150 images. That means I will have 20, basically 25 line 10. Yeah. So what I do is I click the first image, I click the last image on that row. That gives me 10 images selected, and then I compare. I go into compare view, or is it compare view? I believe it's compare view. Survey view, and I'm generally a keyboard shortcut, so I tend to use more keyboard than mice. I press that, and they all come up like this. So now we can see all of these 10 images. So what I'll do is I will keep the images that I want, and I'll get rid of the rest. So for example, this one here, I don't like. I don't want to see. He's looking a bit dodge, like he's about to just pounce on someone who isn't expecting it. So let's click there, and that will get rid of that image. Let's have a little look. Do you remember these guys from the very beginning where we were talking about? I liked the framing of this, but the focus was in the wrong place. So I'm going to get rid of both. So I press the X there, and the X there. And did you notice there, after I clicked away that first image, all of the images got a bit bigger on my screen? So what this means is that you can see them in more detail. So if someone's actually a bit unsharp, a bit wrong, or a bit not wanted, you can see a bit clearer. So I can see I've got 2 images here, very, very similar of silver. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. It's giving us 6. I kind of like this one. It's very washed out, but I think we can fix that and add a little bit of drama in post. So that's that. So I go back to my grid view. So I press the G, or I will click down here. So there's the grid view there. Now you can see that out of the 10 we originally selected, the ones we click the X on are no longer selected. So what you can do here is you can just press the number 1. Yeah? So let's take off cap lock. But yeah, so now you can see all the ones that were selected have a star. And yeah, so that will basically allow us to do our second code. So if I take the next set, I shift click all of them, I press N to go into here, and then I can see these ones are very similar. This one has a bit more tongue sticking out, which doesn't look as good, should we just say. And not that she doesn't look good, just sticking her tongue out a wee bit, like it's just not cricket, is it? But this allows me to see if I've got doubles and things that look too similar, like this one and this one are very similar. I'm not really liking either. They're not particularly strong. This one works okay. What you can do is you can double click on them. It goes into a larger image, and then you can just press N again, and it brings you back to exactly the same selection. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get rid of this one of snakes because he's just not looking happy there. So we go back to grid. We press number 1, and yeah, so we just got to go through and do this. Do this another, said 25, so another 23 times, and just basically chip away, make sure all the ones that are looking a bit sketch, we get rid of. So one of the downsides about working in a place like this, and with musicians that are quite general, you have to do a lot of fighting between their face and the microphone. Because sometimes they literally just put the mic far too close to their face, and it does look a bit, dodge. And yeah, we've had many a nickname for that particular maneuver, as I'm sure all of my dirty-minded friends will attest to. So yeah, so you've got fight now. We go back to N. No, we go back to grid. Then we press 1. So you can see we only got rid of 2 that time. But if we get rid of 2 at a time, or 2 from each row, that's, was for 25 rows, that's 50 images. So we'll be down to like 200, which is a bit more reasonable. So I'm going to keep that because I still want to play with it. This one, that one, not so much. Yeah, I've skipped that one, but I liked that one because of the layering, and that kind of works. So what we've got there, we've got rid of 2 on that row as well. So we're going to down to the next row. Go along, on and over. So let's have a quick look. What have we got here? What can we get rid of, really? Right, so let's go to that one and that one. See, this one I did like. So like the darker version. I just remember to sit up straight. I had a toothache for days now. Yeah, it's been pissing me off. Right, so we're no, we're not doing a picture reject now, are we? So I'm gonna get rid of that one. And I'm gonna get rid of that one. Go back to the grid. Let's hit one. I'm hoping this is like interesting for some of you guys. This is like, this is ironically was where I spent a lot of my time as a photographer. You don't get to spend as much of the time in the field as you would really like. I would love to spend so much more time just, actually shooting, taking photos, chatting with people, getting to know them. Because it's always this beautiful rendition of getting to know you and getting to know all about you. I don't need bad singing. So yeah, let's see what's going on. Yeah, so we've got, I think that's enough. Is that, how many did we get then? Oh, we got rid of 3 images on that road. And yeah, so the idea being, the more you get rid of during the culling period, the less editing you have to do. But it's also it's not just about the quantity of images. You want a good hit rate. But you also want to, you don't want to work so hard that you're delivering so many images. Because too many images it's just too much. And you want to do enough images that are good to it's kind of like what is it, like less is more kind of vibe. So you want to have enough to make them happy, but you don't want to have too much that it becomes like a truck just to get through, because no one likes to spend all that time going through it. Right, so these guys are really similar, I can see that. Let's load that up. Okay, so we've got Sneaks on one side who's sharp. Oh, he's sharp on both, but so if he's the focal point, then we're going to be specifically looking at him. And in the middle of saying something, not necessarily the best. So let's bring that back, and let's get rid of that one. And that will bring all the other images into line. This one, I think this one's a bit blurry. It doesn't look quite tack sharp as much as I would like it. So let's bring that back to there. And let's get rid of that one. I'm not sure if she's looking very impressed in that shot there. No, but who knows? Only hope. We do seem to have a lot more of KB than we do of Chance. So, and this one, what is happening here? I know this is one of Zeus. Zeus was a videographer that was in today, doing some promo stuff work for us, a behind the scenes kind of vibe, but it wasn't a good shot. Why is it even in there? I don't know. Sometimes these guys they sneak in. You don't know why. But it's always nice to have something like that's like a little different, So I can bring that up. So I think Bunny was the only one who actually saw the Facebook page post, sadly. That was posted an hour ago. That was at 11 o'clock. Hang on, but I would have started at 10. I'm pretty sure I started at 10. But then again, I did post up while we were on the stream, didn't we? So, yeah, maybe see something like that. Who knows? My dad commenting on Twitch saying he can't stream. Sometimes I do wonder about my dad. Like, he, bless him, squeeze him, but technology, like modern technology, is not his thing. He will research it. Like, if you ever need to buy a computer or anything, he will research the shit out of that. And he will get you the best piece of equipment. But when it comes to the internet, he don't do well on it. He may do one day, but as he likes to say, his typing speed is 50 mistakes a minute. The beautiful lingo. Not enough hashtags. More. I can. But I'm currently. This is the problem though. You get distracted. I end up like I'm just Facebook, man. Like seriously, I pop on there just to double check to see if there's anything that I've missed on a post, and I get dragged into a different post. It's always the way, isn't it? So where are we at? Okay, so we're nearly halfway through. So I'm gonna kill. Which ones am I gonna kill? I'm gonna kill that. Yeah, let's kill that one. Let's kill that one. And that one. I'm trying to debate which one of these two. Which one of these is actually looking better? Only one way of finding out, I guess. Yeah, but I don't think Chance was looking particularly happy in that one. But then she can pull it off. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a determination. Right now, did I go wrong way? Yeah. Right. Okay, so let's go next round. Push bash bosh. Right, so this should be reasonably simple. So there was that angelic one from earlier, which I did like, I must admit. But I do want to streamline some of these. Some of these are a bit. So we've got smile there, and you've got the more scowl there. I'm going to go for the smile, even though there's a bit more busy background. And these balls, man, I love these balls. They just proper made me happy. Actually, I wanted to bring them home. I should have actually asked the guys, like, whose are they? Can I buy them? And where from? But you never know with these things, right? So let's kill that one and that one. Just got to keep chimping away, right? Oh, I like both of these. Let's get rid of that one. So it was standing out a bit. Oh, the other way. I'm so used to my Apple mouse that goes the opposite direction. It's surreal to looking at. So yeah, I love that one. We've already said that I love this one. Right, so that one not as much. These two were better for him, and those ones were great for her. That looks like crap for the rest of it. So let's get. I'm gonna get rid of that one. Yeah, get rid of that. Wait, go away. Go away. Listen to me. So that's another set down. But I don't think we're gonna get any extra peeps in tonight. It's you never know. It's just hit midnight. God knows what it is. It's what 9 o'clock in the States, I think. Where's the current world time? In the American. Right now. Let's see what they're saying in New York. Okay, so it's 7:12. 12 minutes past. Right. Oh yeah, because there's me thinking it's 7 a.m. Like 9 hours ahead of us. 8 hours. 7 hours. But no, they are. What's 7? That's 19. So they are 5 hours. 19. 19. Yeah. So they're 5 hours behind us. So, anyone in from New York? Want to say hello? I doubt I've got any traffic in the States at the moment. But it is what it is. But you know what? I've got no one on. I'm going to run a 60-second ad break because why not? So yeah, let's see how this works. Doesn't seem to be doing much. It's telling me, and we've already had 45 seconds of it. I don't think it's giving me an ad break, personally. But 1 second. Completed. don't know if that even did an ad break. Giving me the option for it. Well, if I'm going to do an ad break, I might as well do it when I'm in the bloody middle of the night when no one's watching. Obviously, I'd want to do that. You know, like obviously when I've got people, but obviously at this stage, I don't want to be putting people off with ad break. Oh well, it is what it is, and yeah, that's that. I have an amazing ad break. Don't know why that is. Unless it's the thing to do with having an ad blocker, and I'm using. I'm not. I don't think I'm using an ad blocker, but I am using Brave, which I think has some built-in ad block capabilities. Maybe that is the thing. But anyway, so to get back to where we were culling images again. So we've got to try to make sure that these don't look too samey, you know. Yeah, they are like they're different expressions. Good. You know, we want to have different expressions. We don't just want to have the same images like again and again and again. That would just be boring. So I guess we'll get rid of that. Let's see what we've got. So we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that, and a nice natural smile. As much as it was lovely to have the managers, they're not the guys that we're supposed to be taking photos. So let's go back to there. Right. So what I might do is at the end of this poll, I might give it a. I might give it a break. It's been 2 hours, 17 minutes since I started the session, and oh, there's another fish. I always love when people do that. Another fish. You gotta love all these fishes that we post. Right, so let's go with that one. We don't need that. And there's the little tongue that came out. But that was a cute tongue. But maybe she won't like it. I don't know. Like, you have to make these guesses sometimes. Like sometimes you have to work out, is this person gonna mind me showing them sticking their tongue out? Oh, this thing doesn't maintain the number. Right, number one. Yeah, so what I might do is end the stream when I'm finished doing this selection, because yeah, I don't see any more people coming in, you know, just from my local time, and I don't want to just sort of sit there and have no one streaming or no one watching, because that, I'm sure that would bring down my watch time, right? Is on. Okay. 2 hours there. I've got Angry Joe. Yeah, I've got none of my regular peeps that are currently on. It's the same. But you'd think Saturday night, maybe it would be a thing, maybe it wouldn't. Maybe this is like the day that everyone takes off because it would be busy. But life lesson, I've learned, don't stream on Saturday night because everyone's out partying or enjoying themselves. So lesson learned. I think I actually, you know, I got some good times as it was. So, but in case anyone else wants to see the stream, I don't want to just stop and leave them to it. So let's go. We've got a little bit left now. To get rid of that, I don't know how. Like, as long as it's entertaining, really. Like whether people are watching or not it's not irrelevant, but it's definitely good to have people watching you. But if you've not got anyone watching you, then you probably shouldn't be streaming, because the analytics and all that kind of stuff is going to be really up. Got two very simple shots. I think that's the better one, in my opinion. Sometimes it's just a case of knock them down, let them come back, knock them down. So right there. As long as we can get these images done and out, that would be groovy. So I do like the creative ones. They're the ones that make me happy. out of the way. Very 50 Cent in my opinion. But as I said, maybe that's just me. But is that the one that we missed the bloody focus on where we wanted it? Yes, it is. I'm gonna kick that one out before I get too upset, because that would have been a great shot. It really would have been a great shot. But what are we at now? We are at image 201, and so we should have 5 more if my math is correct. Now who knows? But these ones are beautiful ones. I really like these ones. Big fish, little fish, cardboard box, all the way. Yep. So get rid of that. Get rid of that one. Do I? Don't I? Do I? No, not either though. Don't actually know why I chose them. If I'm honest, they're not very me. So if you've seen my work, which if you ever want to see my work, it's SkinsElliott.photography.com to check out my website. I'm on Instagram as SkinsElliotPhoto. I do have a Facebook page as well under Skins Elliott Photo. You can find all my links and all my contact details on the website. So yeah, SkinsElliotPhotography.com. I believe there's a link on my About Me page. But it depends if you want to know that side of me. If you want to get to know my photography side, then yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. If this was streamed better, I need to work out why it's not bringing it up the Lightroom package, which is a shame, because it'd be nice to do the edits here. But we won't never know. Well, maybe we will know, but I've just got to do a bit of Googling and find out why. Maybe there's some copyright law or something. There does seem to be a habit of things not working through OBS when you choose certain programs. We don't need that one. Keep it on silver, legging it out the door. Okay, so we're getting almost all the way up to the final images now. So I'm going to get rid of that one. That was a bit too dark. I don't know why I chose that one or that one personally. I do like both of them. Yeah, we're gonna just order them ones. Sadly. Hey, there we go. We've got the bottom of the row. So this is the last full set we've got. Which let's get rid of that one. Those two are really similar. And yeah, they look really cool. Okay, and the last row. So, seeing as that isn't our show, I won't take it into the next row, but I will still forward them to them because that's nice. And yeah, these two are pretty much the same, so we'll get those two. One today. These two pretty much the same, but let's go for smiles. You know, teeth are good. You know, it's weird. We're the only animal that actually bears teeth as a sign of nice things. Every other animal, bearing teeth is a sign of being a threat, being eaten. I don't know, human beings. We are a special breed. Right, so basically, do I get the one with Raph covering the camera or not? Raph does have cool hair, so I think I might. And then yeah, let's do that. We can start in that. Okay, and so now, like we did before, with the attributes ticked, we go along and we choose the 1 stars, and that will show us the ones that have both been picked over here and have 1 star. So you see how that works. And basically, you can go through as many times as you want, culling, and from this stage on, just do what I just did, but instead of doing 1 stars, do 2 stars, and then you go through the whole set, and when you get to the end, you press the 2 star, just like I clicked it there. So we've got this down to 158 images, so that is a lot easier to manage to edit than 481. And it does come with some time. Like sometimes you will struggle, and it's you knowing what will work in an edit both in the case of when you're shooting it and when you're doing your culling, is a massive improvement. And yeah, making sure that move that over. So where we go? We are going to go over to. Got to be done, right? I've still yet to work out how these clips work. Like it seems like they're just copied and clipped to the. Hey. Work out, right? Give 30 seconds. Oh, I guess that's how it works. I can learn these things while I'm on the actual stream. It's always fun. Because you never know what may happen. It could be something good, it could be something bad, it could be something ugly or fun or silly. We don't know. How do we know these things? We never will. We literally never will. We'll just have to, clip, and be done with it. Because that's how these things work. Aha! So, anyways, as I was suggesting and alluding to before, I believe this is going to be the end of this particular stream. Today we showed you the importing. Oh no, we didn't show you the import. We just dragged it in, didn't we? But yeah, we just went through how I do my culling and to make sure that, to make it quick and easy. Hopefully I will fix the other issues with the being able to record the display. The development tool, because that's where the meat of the work is actually done. Well, tell a lie. The biggest thing that we do is the culling, which is what you've just watched. And then from there, that's one step. The next step is to edit the images, because obviously editing images is the big part of what we do. But for me, that's the part that's fun. You can enjoy the editing and be creative. The culling is the more tedious bit. It's the going through all the images you've shot, and this is the reason why some people shoot far less. They have much slower pace. Other people, this is where they spend a lot more time because they're shooting hundreds of thousands of images per shoot. And doing the whole spraying and praying thing. So yeah, so that is that. So anyways, streaming tomorrow, we're gonna be having the copy of Shenmue, and we're gonna be doing Shenmue 1. That's gonna be from 6 o'clock, so from 6 till 10. We're gonna be sitting in that beautiful world with Rio. It's been, I believe, about 15, 20 years. No, it's been over 15 years. Yeah, probably about 20 years or so since I last played this game. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully the stream has been a resounding success right now. It's obviously the new camera is up and working. I think I'm looking pretty good. It's a bit high. I wouldn't mind getting it down a bit so it's a little bit less like you're curving at me over the fence. But it looks good to me. It sounds good, but obviously I won't be able to tell until I am back on the other side of the camera in this kind of context. So I'm going to bid you good night. I'm going to hope you have an amazing night's sleep, those who are about to head off. And I will continue, because I have my work I have to do. I will continue to edit through this image. And when I find out the flaws of how to do and use the develop module, then I will show you that one as well. And then eventually my plan is to take you through some serious editing Photoshop. Now, I have seen people use Photoshop in the art section before, especially in the drawing section. But I don't know how many photographers are using it. But I will definitely get my head into gear and sort that one out. But obviously, I'm waiting until I do a big enough shoot that's worthy of full blown Photoshop. Because I do most of my editing, especially for events, I will do inside Lightroom because it just makes more sense. It allows you to keep consistency in between a whole group of images and obviously cataloging, storing, exporting, and such. That's basically what Lightroom is for. So yeah, so I'm going to call this a reasonable success. We had some good peeps in. Nice. We got some images done. We got the backing track working, which was really good. So once again, Stream Beats by the Alpha Gaming channel. So Harris Heller. I've got to pop into each stream and actually send him a big massive thank you for all the help that he has given, not to me personally, but to anyone who was after it. So, as I said, just be nice. So, God bless. Take care. I will see you guys on the next Skinny Shoots People in the Face. Sweet dream. Good night. Bye. Oh,